Okay, we're back again. It's late summer. This here is 10 pounds of green peanuts. This here is 10 pounds of green peanuts boiling. Okay, green peanuts are right straight out of the ground. I have to order them now because I don't get down to South Georgia like I used to could, so I just go ahead and order them, and I cook them up here, put them in the freezer, freeze them. They're easy to make. This pot has 2 gallons of water with 10 pounds of peanuts in it. I put 1.5 cups of kosher salt. You got to use kosher or pickling salt. Don't use any kind of, you can use sea salt, but don't use any iodized salt. It'll make them suckers bitter. That's bitter, not better, bitter. And then put the, I like to get it boiling before I put the salt in. Get them boiling, add the salt, half a cup at a time, give it a big stir, add it till you get a cup and a half per 2 gallons of water, or 3/4 of a cup per gallon. Then as a little side kick, I like to smoke my boiled peanuts, so I add 1/4 of a cup of liquid smoke to 2 gallons of water. And then these green peanuts, now they're going to cook in about 4 hours or less. So after about 3 hours, you need to start testing them for the doneness you want. As soon as they get the desired doneness, then I like this. Just if they're still just a bit crunchy, I like to turn them off, let them sit in a pot for 7 or 8 hours. They'll all sink. Let the water cool off. Pull them out. Put them in a container and freeze them, or put them in the refrigerator. They won't last long in the refrigerator. Maybe 2 or 3 days they start getting slimy. If you freeze them in a container below about 0, or anything below 0, they'll last you a year. And they won't freeze or burn because of the shell. They'll be great. And then this time next year, you can cook you another 10 pounds of boiled green peanuts. If these are raw peanuts, which are green peanuts that's been dried for a few weeks, they take a lot longer to cook. I mean, you have to cook them raw peanuts about 6 or 7 hours or more. Or if you let you put them in a pressure cooker, you can do them in about 45 minutes or less. All right, that's it on the boiled peanuts. That's all I got to say. It's short and sweet. This will be on YouTube soon. I want to give a shout out to all my friends that like these things. I'll be bringing some in. All right, talk to you later. Goodbye. Okay, there is an addendum to this. Make sure that if you cook 10 pounds of peanuts, all right, if you cook just a few, make sure, because they float, make sure that you push them down every 20 or 30 minutes or so, because the ones on top will be cooking a lot cooler than the ones on the bottom. Believe me, I've been cooking these things since I was a child. And if your water level gets low, mine's getting a little low, pour in some more hot water, because you don't want that salt concentrating in there. You'll have peanuts that are too darn salty, so watch them. You'll ruin them if you don't. Alright, that's the addendum. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Well, I was watching some old girls boil peanuts on YouTube. One old boy cooking them in chicken broth. I don't know. I've never done it before. And they all were using raw peanuts. And folks, I'm telling you, the raws, that's what you get on the side of the road. And those things sometimes are nasty because they don't cook them long enough, or they cook them too long. Green peanuts, that's the way to go. Green. Alright, get the green peanuts if you can. It's 10 pounds peanuts, 1.5 cups of salt. I haven't added that yet, and 1/4 of a cup of hickory liquid smoke. And you can do other flavors if you want, but that's what I do. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, this is I've done put a cup in here. Here's the last 1/2 cup of salt that goes in there while it's boiling. Just push it down. Give it a good stir, and look at that. Okay, that's a total of 1.5 cups of salt for this 2 gallons of water. Now, here comes the liquid smoke. Pour the smoke in there, and now give it a good stir. Okay, you can already smell it. Now that smoke just adds just that little touch of southern Georgia in there, because we used to cook these on hardwood fires in huge pots outside, and the smoke from the fire would get in that water, and this just brings us back to the childhood. So you got a cup and a half, 2 gallons of water, 10 pounds of nuts, cup and a half of salt, quarter cup of smoke, and we're going to let them simmer now. 3 or 4 hours. I'll start testing them after 3, and then we're going to let them soak. All right, we'll be back. Okay, these been cooking now about 2 hours, and they need more salt. So I put in another half a cup. Give it a good stir, and they've got about 2 more hours to cook. Then we'll turn them off. These here are what they call the sweet runners. I cooked the jumbos last night. These are sweet runners. They got another couple hours. All right, we'll be back. Okay, we're back. Now, it's in the morning. I let them last night. Here's another 10 pounds I'm cooking. I'm doing 20 total this weekend. I let them sit in here till this morning. The pot was still warm. All right, here they are done. I got 5 of these bad boys here for 10 pounds. That's about 2 pounds per container. Put them in the refrigerator, let them chill. Put them in the freezer and freeze them. And that's about it. They're looking good. All right. They're easy to make. Remember to keep your water level up. Simmer them. Let them rest in the water 7 or 8 hours. Ain't going to hurt. And you got yourself some green boiled peanuts. Smoky green boiled peanuts. All right. Goodbye. Okay. They've cooked about 3.5 hours. They're done. And they're just sitting. See, most of them, they've sank. They're not floating. That means they're done. Now, I'm just going to let them cool. They've been cooling now for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I let them cool till they get down cooler than this. Another hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I'll bag them up, freeze these, and then we're good. All right, that ends this one. Talk to you later. All right. If you watch many of my videos, you know that I do addendums. And I guess it's probably from Latin about adding something on the end. South Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, it's adding something that you forgot to say. Alright, now if you'll notice, there's a sheen on top of this. Now that ain't chicken broth. That's the peanut oil out of these green peanuts. But there's one thing I want to let y'all see that you may not recognize, but I did when sitting. I've never videoed this before, but I was watching my videos here. That's why I'm doing this addendum. When you pull these things out, I want you to look. They're tan. They're pretty. They're beautiful. They got the right color. You know, you buy those peanuts on the side of the road, and even if you cook them raw, the raw peanuts I'm talking about, ones that have been dried from green ones, they turn black. They're darker than this. They're really, really dark, and they're a lot stronger tasting than this. And I know that's why most people who didn't grow up, I don't even like them either. Them darn raw peanuts you cook, I don't like them. They taste like crap. These green peanuts, that's the only way to cook them. The heck with the raw ones, they don't cook. They're black. They're nasty. They slime up. They just goo. Like eating probably turtle soup. I've never ate turtle soup. Probably won't because I think a turtle's nasty too. Anyway, this is it. I just want y'all to take a look at these. And next time you buy some peanuts, look at the difference in the color. The ones that are green. You don't get green ones on the side of the road. Maybe this time of year you might, but it's doubtful. All right. We'll talk to you later. This is definitely it. Goodbye.